Hey y'all, it's Lindsay the Fiber Seed, and it is WIP Wednesday where I share what I've been working on, which are a couple of things, a lot of things. Oh, there's so many things. This table's full. So let's get rolling. First up, what have I been doing? Swatches, but I'm going to show you some things that are not swatches. So, this weekend, Penelope and I went through her quilt that my grandmother made. Hit my mic already. There's one. That my grandmother made for my mom out of clothes she had made for my mom. And it's a 9-patch quilt for a bed. And so over time, it wore down. So there's spots where she patched it, and then it was mine, and my mom patched some spots. And so it's Penelope's now, and there's some spots that really need some help. So Penelope and I went basically row by row of 9 patches and picked out some fabrics that I've made projects with, and that's actually one of my mom's, but projects with over the years. And so this is actually from my first big quilt. Anyway, we're going to put these on those spots where the fabric's starting to wear out. And I'm going to basically do some embroidery on the edge because my grandmother had put that it was my mom's. And I had talked to my mom and I was like, hey, do you think it's okay if I put my name and Penelope's name on there for the people who have had this as their quilt? And my mom's like, I love that idea. So anyway, and then on the back, it had a tag that was made by mother. And I was going to put in a basically mended by and put my mom's name and my name. So I thought that'd be really cool. Anyway, so that's what we picked out. And then I also on the sewing front, but I'm totally using my machine this time because the other one took way too much time. Penelope has her travel bag that we take when we go to little trails in the mountains. We've gone to the Smokies. We've gone to some other places around here, but every time she goes on a trail, we get a patch. So we got these two the last time we went, and then they need to go on her bag. This was on a pocket, so I had to sit there and hand stitch that. It almost took the whole year. But these, I'm going to use my machine because I can just stick this onto the machine and then, yeah. Anyway, I'm excited about getting that done. Now, this week, Tonal Tuesday with Cerulean is, you still have till tomorrow in the day to get Cerulean on sock, DK, worsted, and in minis, as well as full hanks. This is Cerulean. It's lighter than deep Cerulean, which I don't have here to show you, but this is an amazing color, and it looks like it looks in the picture. So that is the Tonal Tuesday, and it's 10% off during the Tonal Tuesday period, which that's dye, by the way. Anyway, we had a glove fail. I didn't photograph it, but we have it here. You see now, glove fail. Anyway, Tonal Tuesday, 10% off your Cerulean this week, from Tuesday to Thursday, end of day. So I'm going to give you a sneak. Throwback Thursday this week is Festival of Lights. This is what it looks like in Hank. Look how pretty it is. It's named after the Festival of Lights, which is at Cincinnati Zoo every year for the holiday season, and they have lights and luminaries, if that makes sense. They've made them in different animal shapes and everything. It looks really neat. So if you ever have a chance to go to the Cincinnati Zoo in the holiday season, I recommend it. We go every year. So this is what it looks like in a cake, and this is what it looks like in swatches for all the years. If you saw my Appalachian Trail tee at the show where it was deep cerulean and then a speckle, that was Festival of Lights. So, but I never had swatches until now. Swatches. So here is the sock. DK. It is in DK. I'm doing this in DK. I just said sock. Sock DK. You can find it on Sock and DK. There is no worsted. We didn't make it. There wasn't enough room on the wall for it. So anyway, the walls are getting full, y'all. Knitted swatch in DK. There we go. The crocheted swatch. So you've got doubles, half, and singles. And then the Tunisian crochet swatch. I really like that. Anyway, so those are the 3 swatches for Throwback Thursday. So that will be in the shop for the first time in a while. I'm excited about that. So there's that. I'm going to talk about my plan to start this. The pattern drops for the Megladon Cowl by HuntHandKnits on the 26th, I believe. Go check out HuntHandKnits. It's right there. See that? Go look up her handle on Instagram. She's got all the information about the conservation effort that the portion of the proceeds of the pattern will go to. but it's the Megladon Cowl. And you need a hank each of 2 DKs, high contrast. For real, go look up her socials. The pattern is absolutely amazing. Mary never fails to produce an amazing color work pattern every time she tries. So anyway, I'm using these two. I'm using our June color of the month, and then I'm Shoreline, and then I'm using Twilight. So anyway, I'm using these two together for my Megladon Cowl. Then I'm going to start when the pattern drops. So yes, 1 hank each DK weight, high contrast. So that is my true start this weekend. Can I math right? I don't know what day it is anymore. I've been dyeing so much yarn, I don't know what day it is. Anyway, I know this Friday though. I think today's the 22nd. Anyway, Megladon Cowl, ready for Shark Week. There we go. That's a helpful idea to figure out what day I'm talking about. I think it's the 26th. Anyway, Friday is Christmas in July. If you missed last Friday update on the website, I totally forgot to mention something because we have the pre-orders available for the 12 Days of Christmas and the 8 Nights of Hanukkah box. We are not doing an Advent box this year. However, we're doing the 12 Days of Christmas Advent in DK weight and in sock. So you would get the same yardage amount if you chose the sock box for that you would the Advent. It would just be 12 colors instead of 24. If you have any questions about pricing or any other details, go to the website. It's on the front page. Just click on it. The links are all in all the social places that you're watching this. But yeah, so that was last Friday. Totally slipped my mind, even though it's huge. They're 20% off right now too. So just saying. This Friday though is Christmas in July. Right? So we're bringing back Christmas colors plus a new one. So what do I have for you? I've been making so many swatches. I've made Tunisian for ones that we've had, and then all the ones for the ones that I never made a swatch for. So let's see. This is 2 sizes too small. All these are gonna be available on sock, DK, and worsted. So this is 2 sizes too small. Yes, it looks just like it does. It's that vibrant. Anyway, this is what it looks like knitted, crocheted. My swatch is upside down. Double, half double, single, and then Tunisian crochet. Now you can pick this up and it's somewhere different than where I picked it up, and it will look entirely different. So it's all about where you play with it. This would be a good planned pooling yarn if you'd like to play with that idea because of the length of the colorway. Anyway, so there's that. O Tannenbaum looks like this. That's going to be available in sock, DK, and worsted. This is what it looks like on a swatch that is knitted. My brain wasn't working for a second. Crocheted. No, this one's new. Tunisian crocheted. Isn't that cool? All right. Do I have the one for peppermint? No, this is peppermint. Fan favorite. Do I have the swatches for you? No, I will by Friday though. They will be available and ready. But it's a besprinkle, so it's basically gonna be kind of how Festival of Lights turned out, just with one background, one speckle color. So I'll swatch that up. The swatches will be ready for that. This one looks like caked up though, because I still have to make the swatches. All right, 2. One is completely new. One is one that we've had in the past. One that we've had in the past, we did not bring it out back last year, is Sooty Suit. And it looks like this. So it's a vibrant red with black speckles, sock, DK, and worsted. Okay. This is the cake. This is the crochet swatch. Yes, I know. WIP Wednesday, right? So there's the crochet swatch. Here's the Tunisian crochet swatch. My ends are woven in but not blocked. And then the knitted one I haven't done yet. However, I have shared in the past, if you've seen a red sweater that was done in color work with that, and then birch, that color. It was an amazing colorwork sweater. She used City Suit. Anyway, so there's that. Then there's Christmas wreath. This a couple of years ago was I had it in a Christmas box, and that was all I did. And now it's a Christmas colorway. So it's got Merlot in there, so that's that red, deep red. It's got Cacadoy, which is that earthy goose poopy green, which is lovely. It's not neon-y. This is making it way brighter than it needs to be right there. But then it's also got olivine. So it's on sock, DK, and worsted. There's the cake. And then here is the swatches. Now, what I'm seeing here is that the contrast of light is blowing out to a white. It's not. It's more of a creamy, but then also the light tones of the greens and the Merlot. So here is the knitted swatch, crocheted. You got doubles, half, and singles, because it's supposed to be like this. And then here's the Tunisian swatch. So that is going to be the shop for the first time in all the weights ever. And then, I know so many things, but then there's also an and then, right? And then I'm going to try to get this together. I made a little bobble, a little Christmas bobble. And I made a bunch of these little green ones. It looks like Odin Tannenbaum. And then I made a red one, because red and green, right? So what you're going to see in the shop is basically a kit. It has a pattern, the mini, and a bobble, Christmas bobble. It's plastic, not metal. And basically, you can make this with it. There'll be a little bit extra on your little mini that you could make more of these if you wanted. You could stuff them with fluff. You could get some more of these. You can just go to craft store for it. And yeah, so that'll be another option. They make fun gifts, just saying. So that's all the things that's happened this week. So I still have some swatches to do, clearly. I had a checklist somewhere. I think I've lost it. That's okay. I know what I've got left to do because the lack of swatch is staring at me. So, or in process. Yeah, so that is the shenanigans I've gotten into this week. Next week's its own new thing, because it's a new week, new yarn, right? So until next time, though, happy crafting.